we're constantly out in our different models from the Stockman and Kimberley off-road range. So we're getting away to places like this. And every time we go away, we think of the top 5 things that we really needed, or the top 5 things that we always brought and never ended up using. So with us here, you've just been away doing the girls' camp.
Yeah.
And what was one of the favorite things that they enjoyed out there?
Well, I always say I'm a lazy camper. I don't want to set up. I don't want to clean up. So this is the most important thing to me.
One of the big things for Maud is that she's like, I don't want to do the things that I do at home. When we go camping, it's always a little bit of a different vibe. Like I'm more cooking sometimes, but we're helping out in different ways than we do at home.
I'll have a couple meals pre-prepared that I'll take with me that only take about 10 minutes to prepare. So that might be a chicken curry or a chili con carne. And then I'll bring my rice cooker along, just plug it in, 10 minutes. Bob's your uncle, you got a nice dinner.
So we're feeding the troop. So we camp with other families, and probably one of those best tips is that you're kind of helping out and saying, hey, I'm going to cook for everyone tonight. And holy moly, that rice cooker to feed 8 or 10 of us. It was so good. And
or just one, Shane.
So maybe I help with dishes by eating all the food and cleaning up. I will finish that. Saving fridge space as well by eating all the leftovers. So I'm a good camper that way. So preparing some meals. So that was probably a top tip for us, is preparing meals for that first night, especially for arriving.
First 2 or 3 nights, so you can just take it easy.
Yeah. And you start to feel like holiday because you've got that chore out of the way, huh?
And having a camping mat with you is probably number 2. It just gives you that extra feel of cleanliness, so you're not tracking dirt in and out, and it just makes it feel more homely.
Yeah. We've found that sometimes we have a small footprint. So when we're as a couple, we might just have a mat that's only the little 2x2 out here. And we've realized that on our last trip. So SEQ, we've got some really cool Aboriginal, really cool little circle on smaller mats for when we want that smaller footprint. Hey? I like that so much. We still have our big 6 meter. So imagine this van here is 7.2 meters long. So that 6x2 meter mat is awesome when we're set up, because we can do everything. We can put stuff on it. But that's probably a pro tip. 2 mats, one big, one small.
So probably a good pro tip is keeping an eye on that battery, which I did not do on my last camping trip. So I ran out of battery. So keep an eye on that battery. Make sure it's always fully loaded. Listen to Shane's tips about how to keep that battery fully loaded and working optimally.
And we were camping a bit different. There was a lot of drinks in and out happening with the kids as well. But on the girls' trip, it's all right. The drinks.
Yeah, we didn't check it. So there you go, girls. Check your battery. Make sure everything is fully charged.
Food, drinks, comfort, clean, keeping a clean campsite. Those were some cool things. For me, it's the hammer and the hatchet. Real good tip is having that in an easy spot. So the outside storage box, or a real easy to get to, because when I set up, one of the first things I want to do is just put a couple of pegs in the awning or the gazebo. We use the quick shade a fair bit. We've pegged it down. It means that we can throw the mat under there, and we know everyone can set that up. Chairs, all the gear can go in there. So that hammer, pegs, and getting some cool ropes as well. So there's some very cool ropes out there with carabiners, or actually slide into a sail track. I do like those a lot. If I was putting it under the tree, I would be doing something like that with some cool camping ropes. Huh? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So that's probably our top 4 on there. So number 5.
Number 5. Make sure you bring your swimmers along so that you can jump into the lake. We've been on a few trips where we forgot our swimmers. Wow.
Swimmers and towels. So this is probably mistakes made even this summer here camping. I had brought all the beach towels in the world, but having that nice clean towel for my shower, my inside towel, not just beach towels, that was a big one there that I didn't have. And having swimmers handy, not packed down the bottom of the drawer, because setup, we're quick setup. We are very not doing much work. We're ready to go, set up, and we're off to jump in the lake. as we did with the boards, or jump in the ocean right away after setting up, first or second job after having a drink.
Yeah.
So those are definitely top 5. I really like those. Hey, that's just in our last 3 or 4 trips that we've probably picked up that make life really enjoyable, really easy, really quick. Every time we set up whatever Kimberley it is, the caravans, even the hard floor campers, they all set up so nice and quick, and we're already enjoying ourselves starting that holiday right away. Hey, starting getting into it right away.